Hey, Sunday. Shit, what time is it? Evening. I lost track of time. Anyway, I actually am very proud of something that I did for my graphic design class. It's a presentation, and I hope you stick around and listen to it. Obviously, I'm going to flip the camera so you don't have to look at this. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm going to flip the camera so that you can hear me. I hope you stick around. I would appreciate comments. This is my ethical take on how businesses should be ran, how people should be treated at all times. It is very important for that to happen. So go ahead and check me out. Hold on. let me not feel so stupid. And if you're on, I would appreciate a thumbs up. You can thumb down. It don't matter to me. But if you're on, I would appreciate a comment. That means the world to me. That means, like, to me, that's like you actually, want to connect with me. And that's cool. But anyway, so I'm going to share this presentation, and I hope you all will work with me here with my shaky hand. I need to eat. Oh Lord. But I hope everyone's having a beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope everyone learned something from this slide. It's a presentation, like I said. For some weird reason, it's a 10 slide presentation. For some strange reason, on slide 5 it didn't capture the audio. I don't know why, but I'm not redoing it because I've got 2 more assignments for myself, and then I've got 10 more to do for my daughter, so to help her out, for helping me out lately, for me and my woes. That's still going on, but anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about good things. So even if you're lurking, that's okay with me. God, I really need to go take a shower. But anywho, I need sleep first, and schoolwork. Today is finals, so yeah, it's a little, because the last few months I've been putting things on hold, not on hold, so to speak, but I've been like, the last few months I've been like waiting until the last minute to do my work. So please stick around, watch my presentation. I hope you learn about how to treat people in the workplace. This is my presentation. I'm extremely proud of you guys. I sound so professional throughout this whole slide. I love it. I hope you love it too. All right, let me flip this bitch around and get it going. Oh, come on. Flip. It says rear. That don't even sound right. Rear. Aha. Gotcha. Yeah, baby. All right, let's see. Play from start. Now, it's loud, so I can turn it down. Okay, so this is demonstrating the effects of globalization in graphic design. So basically, what this is entailing is it is saying that that ethical leadership affects everything. How ethical are you in business? How ethical is the business? If a business is unethical, it's going to affect it globally, because when you don't sit down with people and, like, your vendors and your stakeholders, which is your customers or outside other businesses that you do business with, then no one's communicating. So how is the business going to succeed? So ethical leadership is just like practicing what you preach. I mean, if you want your employees to do something, go in there and show them how to do it. If there's a problem with the business itself, go in there and fix it.
Yes.
It's just pretty much common sense, and a lot of companies fail, and some don't. But however, if these things are practiced, then I feel like a company could be really strong. In this slide, we talk about graphic design, and it's what I'm doing. I am preparing myself to working with a firm as a freelance graphic designer. I have already done some freelance work for people that have saw my work. I have made web banners for YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I have designed cartoon images of people through Photoshop. I've created content for the popular gaming site Mixer. I am looking forward to striving harder and learning more to improve my graphic design skills. I am really interested in design of video games. This is something I would like to learn as I further my career and my academic career. I have been obsessed with video games, learning how to create them, how to test them. This is something I've always wanted to do since probably the last 15 years. I play them from time to time, but I'm not really into playing them. I know I just said I wanted to test them, but testing and playing, playing and then testing, I think is different, because I can pinpoint what needs to be corrected. I eventually want to create my own games. I want to find out what people like, what they're mainly into, and then just kind of form my own game based off of what I see. I think that'd be really awesome. Next slide. All right, ethical decision making. These are written and unwritten codes help shape the way graphic design professionals interact, communicate, and do business. It's something you probably do need to think about because you know and understand the bigger rules. But anytime you stop and ask yourself, should I do this or that? Design ethics are part of the conversation. So basically, we're all adults and we all know what is right from wrong. So what this is saying that design professionals should strive to improve their professional and technical knowledge and skill. Design professionals should continually seek to raise the standards of aesthetic and functional excellence, design, education, research, training, practice, and professional excellence. Design professionals should uphold human rights in all their professional endeavors. Design professionals should promote the profession and contribute to the knowledge and capability of design professionals as a whole. And I got this from designcheck.net, but I feel like this is me talking, even though
absolutely
it's someone else wrote it. I feel like this is me talking because this is exactly how I would run a business.
Amen.
You got to practice what you preach. Again, it all falls back to the leader and how they run the business, and it's going to make or break it. It's going to, keep employees or drive employees away. Or, it's going to drive customers away. It's going to drive vendors, globalization people that you globally trade with or work with. It's going to drive them away if no one is communicating, which communication is key, and if no one's agreeing. Ethical decision making. In ethical business, the best thing you can do is practice what you preach.
Like
what I just said. This is a great approach and good leadership, and it's good leadership, very good philosophy.
Through PowerPoint, by the way.
There is a philosophy that accords with this, and that philosophy has a terrible name. It's known as utilitarianism. The idea behind utilitarianism is that what really matters is the quality of people's lives, people's suffering, people's happiness, how their experience ultimately goes. The other idea is that we should be impartial. It essentially incorporates the golden rule. It says that one person's well-being is not ultimately any more important than anybody else's. You put those two ideas together, and what you basically get is a solution.
Amen.
A philosophical solution to the problem of the modern world, which is our global philosophy, should be that we should try to make the world as happy as possible. Yes. But this has a lot of counterintuitive implications. And philosophers have spent the last century going through the ways in which this seems to get things wrong. Basically, people have been trying for 100 years to figure out how to ethically make decisions in their business, so the businesses don't have a high turnover rate, or the businesses don't go under. And it's honestly, it's common sense. It's not hard to figure out, but it happens, and I've seen it. I've witnessed it in the 12 years of management I do have. I've witnessed it many times. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it happens.
If you're on and you like my project, we
figure out a common ground,
please,
and everybody has
say
to agree.
Something. Please leave me a comment, and I'd appreciate it so much.
The leader, which would be
I'm very proud of this project,
has to demonstrate what they want, what needs to be done the right way. If something occurs that's against ethics, against someone's ethical culture, like their race, religion, their sexual orientation, that's my job to come in and take care of that situation. Right. By explaining how unprofessional that is, and that is not even something that we talk about. That is their preference, and this is your job. That is not your job, but this is your job. And that's something that I take care of immediately. Man. Okay. Graphic design, ethics, and culture.
It skipped my slide 5.
Graphic
Did y'all
design
just see that?
Serves as a filter through which much of our communication is disseminated.
No wonder.
Graphic designers find themselves in the unique position of being gatekeepers of information, as well as providing a mirror that reflects contemporary culture. Gatekeepers of information. That's exactly how graphic designers see themselves, is what that's saying. And that's how they are. How graphic designers present themselves is, we know a lot of information. That's the gatekeeping. But do we want to share what we know? Well, we should.
I'm doing it now.
The influence that graphic designers have on how communication is delivered may not always be apparent to them. Often they are embroiled in the details of a project and don't even realize the impact their work has had or will have until some time has passed and work is seen in retrospect. That's basically what I was just saying. Other times they are faced with a decision where the implications are apparent, and they may be torn about whether or not they should create propaganda for a party whose politics they don't believe in. They also know that if they don't take a job and benefit financially from it, someone else will. So basically, there's times where graphic designers feel like they don't agree with what their client is presenting to them, or the company that they're working for, the firm, is presenting to them politically or culturally. And they just feel like, well, I just should take the job because I need the money and, this is a good job. But if I don't do it, then somebody else will. And even though I disagree, that's something that could be easily handled. It can be handled in a professional manner if they just sat down and talked about it. And then, gave their professional opinion, But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get the job because you feel differently.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean that. That's not what they're saying.
Absolutely.
But that's how some graphic designers see it. But that's not true. Because most employers, like myself, I don't look for, oh, well, you're African American, I'm sorry, you can't work here. Oh, well, you don't believe in God, you can't work here. No. I look for how professional that person is. Their resume. I contact all the references before I even hire them. I make sure I get a feel for their personality. If I don't get a good feel for their, like a good vibe, then I'm not gonna hire them, to be honest, because like I'm gonna feel like they're not gonna put all the effort that I need them to put into the project or the company. So I asked them what value can they bring to the company, and I go by that, and I go by, like I said, like their personality, their handshake, their how well they communicate. Next slide. Graphic design and global effects. Ethics are principles, values, and beliefs that help us define what is right or wrong. They fall into 3 categories: code and compliance, destiny and values, and social outreach. When working globally, ethics also include respecting differences between coworkers, honest communication in the workplace, and trust. That's what I was just talking about. And the rest of this is just as follows. Like, don't do anything. Don't ask your employees anything that you wouldn't do yourself.
Absolutely.
Go out there and teach them. Show them what is right and wrong. Globally communicate with your stakeholders. Your vendors, the other businesses that you're trading with. Or vendors, just communicate. Communication is key. Always keep your employees in the loop, and always train them. If something new is coming about in the company, make sure that employee knows at all times. Make sure all the employees know. If there's something that's going on that's unethical, solve it right away. If not, the business will go under eventually, and the employees will start to leave, or some will stay and they'll be unethical along with the manager. Next slide. Graphic design global effects. All right, so basically, I'm going to sum this up. What they're saying here is that globalization is increasingly closer integration of countries and peoples of the world brought about the enormous reduction of transportation and communication costs and the breakdown of barriers to flow of goods, services, capital, and knowledge. Think of it as a tidal wave of change brought about the impact of new technologies. Television, the internet, and other forms of rapid communication have increased mobility and commercialization of ideas. Different aspects of globalization include free movements of capital, trade, cultural, and political differences. So basically what they're saying here is that the gap between rich and the poor in the world is still very large. The bottom 2.5 billion, which is 40% of the world's population, live on less than $2 a day and receive only 5% of the world's income. Globalization, free trade, and outsourcing are very controversial issues. They have been much in the news, but they have not seriously discussed in the media. So this is something that they're trying to work on. People that are poor are trying to globally, countries are trying to globally trade, which they do. But they're trying to consistently globally trade so that no one in any country is starving. No one is going without, and every business can do this by connecting and together and globally change the world. I mean, $2 a day. Can you imagine that? Less than $2 a day. I mean, that's sad. So businesses need to come together more often and They need to really think about what countries are poor, who's poor, how they're going to solve these issues. And they need to do it in an ethical manner. Next slide. All right. Graphic design and cause and effects.
Love this.
In any field, ethical decisions. In any field, ethical decisions can be tricky. If you're a good leader from the beginning and you hold yourself accountable, your business will stand up tenfold. A good leader will always show up and help their managers and employees. If good ethical behavior is demonstrated and leaders give more resources for employees, then a business will succeed. The employees will want to work there because of how well they like their job, because a leader is being ethical. The effects could be awful if a leader isn't caring, then the employees will either quit or follow what the leader is doing wrong. Meeting with other leaders, sitting down and coming to an agreement when it comes to globalization is always very important. We need to make sure that everyone is in agreement and businesses throughout the world can be ran properly. Without proper communication, businesses can fold because lack of others willing to cooperate with the wrong decisions and no one is agreeing. And I get this. This is just saying design cause and effects. Like, this is what happens. Just like a domino effect. Like, this is what happens when you're a good ethical leader and you demonstrate good ethics about your business, about how business should be ran. The outcome will be amazing. You sit down with other leaders and you talk about things. Outcome is going to be great. It's very successful. But the downfall, if you do not do any of these things with your employees, the business is going to go under. Now, and then over here, it's saying if you don't sit down and talk with people, like, communication is key. I'm going to repeat that a lot of times because it's the truth. And then they're also stating, I'm also stating as well, that it's just going to fall apart. You're going to lose your stakeholders. You're going to lose your customers. You're going to lose your outsourcing. You're going to lose all kinds of stuff. And then that's what causes businesses to fail anyway. Okay, next slide. All right, what did we learn, guys? We talked about ethical behaviors in the graphic design fields. We learned if a strong leader is present in the business then the business can be run more smoothly and keep employees and customers happy.
That's my problem.
Amen. We learned about the cultural ethics in graphic design. We talked about how being ethical, no matter the employee's culture, opinions, or values, is not what is important. What is important is what we are showing and demonstrating ethical cultures, and by being a good leader, we can do this and make everyone feel comfortable. And that is the way it is and should be in the workplace. Everyone should feel comfortable. No one should ever feel uncomfortable because they're a certain race or religion or sexual orientation. No one ever should feel like, oh, well, they don't care about me, I'm just, this is just what I am, and, I have to just suck it up, and I can't bring it to my boss, and, no. A good leader you can always speak to properly, and they will always understand.
That's right.
We talked about global effects and how utilitarianism and how philosophy plays a big role in our workplace and ethics and behaviors. We learned that ethics are principles that help define us what is right, help us define what is right and wrong. So basically,
it's the big one,
ethics are principles, guys, that help us define what is right and wrong. We all have known what is right from wrong since we were 5 years old? So when you go to work for a business, what do? In a situation, say for example, you're put in a situation where you overhear someone being racist towards somebody else, or making jokes about how someone dresses. What do? I tell you what you do. You go to your leader privately and you tell them what happened and how uncomfortable it made you feel. Yes. That leader, if that person is a very good ethical leader, will take care of that situation. Because no one should feel like that, ever. And thank you for listening and watching. And you guys have a good day. And I hope this was very powerful and information, and you learned a lot. Take care. All right, and then see, this is my PowerPoint, and this is how I put it all together. So now that I've done that, and you guys, the one person that's on here has stuck around, thank you so much. You freaking rock. You see right here on slide 5, it skipped it. So what I was supposed to do was, talk for 1.5 minutes, which here's just 7 seconds short. This is short. It's a little short. But I feel like how long I went through other ones, it will make up for it. Shit. Sorry. Anyway, but on slide 5, we didn't get to see that, did we? So, there's no voice on that, obviously. So, hold on. This is slide 5. As graphic design practices gradually shift beyond traditional boundaries toward inclusive, user-centered, and user experience research methods, awareness of the ethical implications of our profession has become a necessity and responsibility of design practice. Okay. Practitioners and educators. Reflective tools that encourage graphic designers to reflect upon personal and collective values to evaluate the cultural and social impact of their work, as well as the codes of conduct or moral principles recognized in a particular profession, sphere of activity, relationship, or other context. All right, now this word, I don't know why, because I am very good in English, and anything I ever do, I succeed when I put my mind to it. I'm going to say this so wrong, guys. The provocation, I guess. How might an ethical standard of practice encourage designers to become aware of the cultural and social implications of their work? That is a very, 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 very important question. So, how might someone practice and encourage designers to become aware of cultural and social implications of their work? I'll tell you how you do that without even reading all that, even though you can see it if you would like. What you do is you are the one that is being positive. You are the one that is telling everybody it doesn't matter what religion, what their sexual orientation is, doesn't matter what they look like, doesn't matter who they are. This is your client. This is your business. Be professional. This is basically what this is saying. And this happened to pertain to an African American. And there was the Cultural Review, which is the CRF framework, made up for all this ethical design canvas, the EDC. I'm just saying, this is some stuff that's powerful, you guys, and I encourage you all to give a thumbs up and share me out. And let me flip this back around because now I'm talking to my computer. Hold on. All right. Wow, it was really close up. Wow, 29 minutes and y'all stuck around? Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate that shit. For real. But no, that is how I view things. Ethics is definitely applied to like every... Anyway, I just threw my shit. It's definitely applied to like everything. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm feeling fucking goofy. I haven't slept or ate much in like days, so... by choice, not choice, but anyway. So anyway, ethics is important, and ethics is not hard. It's just common sense is all it is. Treat others how you want to be treated. If you don't want to be treated like dirt, don't treat others like dirt. If you have a problem in the workplace with people, go to your boss. That's what they're there for. I have 12 years to back it up on me. I've been a human resource manager. I've been a district manager. I oversaw 20 Kroger grocery stores. 20. Do you know how many freaking employees I had? Do you know how stressed out I was for like 2 years? I mean, it was terrible. But in the beginning, when I started, yes, was I very unprofessional? Well, yeah. I mean, I was like, like the ghetto was coming out of me quick. But I had to learn that you can't do that. You can't. You people are looking up to you, a person of authority. You can't go in there and be like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, my brother? What's up? What's up, G?" And I did that. I did things like that because I was young and I was naive. And I didn't get the big picture. And the big picture is treat someone how you want to be treated, no matter their race, their culture, their sexual orientation. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Religion, politics, their views on it. It doesn't matter. We're all human beings and we all bleed red. And I have said that for so long. We all bleed red. Treat everybody the same. Because karma knows everybody's address. That is something else I always say. And another saying I have, which is something that I've lived by, and when I had one, oh shit, not that. When I had one of my businesses, I've had many, but when I've had one of them, it was called Taria's Handmade Primitives. Now, had I left it up on Facebook, I could show you guys that I used to make signs for people. I used to make furniture for people. I was damn good at it. And I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm usually pretty good at anything that I put my mind to. Like, I kick ass on everything that I put my mind to. When I want something, I get it, And it's because I am so determined. I'm so focused. I'm goal-oriented. I push and push and push and, just bap, bap, bap. I mean, and sometimes it's nerve-wracking because I drive myself crazy of how much I want to go out there and just grasp everything. But anyway, back to my point. My favorite quote that I ever put on a sign, and many people have, but mine was different because I laid it out differently. Is live, laugh, and love. I have said that probably since I was 8 years old. And I will be 39 this year in November. So don't forget my birthday either, people. I know how y'all think and how y'all... No, I was playing. I'm very big on birthdays. I love birthdays. That's something else I used to do. I used to be a party planner. I used to do crazy parties too, but I used to get paid to plan birthday parties. I've planned weddings. I've planned bachelorette parties, which were very like, hey, what's up, Anyway, as you can tell, I look crazy tired because I am. I still have so much schoolwork to do as well, but I have done so much. It's unreal. I have my own house cleaning. I mean, and I had licenses for all these businesses. I had my own house cleaning business. It was called T&J's house cleaning business, or house cleaning, whatever. I don't remember. It's been 5 years since I had that business. I've been in network marketing, and that was like my most successful business. And that's how I know, besides being a manager for 12 years, that's how I know about ethics and how important it is to treat people how you want to be treated. Like, if you treat a person like shit, guess what? You get shit back. You know what I mean? If you are very sweet to them and humble and kind and appreciative, guess what? You get that back too. But see, my problem is, my downfall is, it doesn't matter how someone treats me. I'm always nice. Because my mother, rest in peace, I wish she was like sitting next to me right now. She'd vouch for me. You know, she'd vouch for what I'm saying. She was like that. My mom would get shit on so much in her life when she was alive. It didn't bother her. I mean, it did. Oh, God. She cried all the time. She was so sad, like depressed, you know? And I guess that's where I get her from, I guess. Because my dad wasn't, he just died last month. But anyway, he wasn't really depressed. He kind of was. But anyway, back to my mom. She was just like fun, loving, energetic, you know, kick-ass chick, you know, my whole life. And always said, you know what, stand up for what you believe in, and always treat others, so no matter what, no matter how bad someone is treating you, always treat them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. And she's like, eventually it'll get to them. And after, really, email, really? Anyway, after my mom passed, the people that shit on her paid their respects to me. And my thing was where the hell were you when she was alive? She would give her last dollar, and that's how I am. She would starve, and that's how I am. Just to help somebody. My mom had the best ethics you can even freaking imagine. And that's, I guess, where I get it from. It doesn't matter how many times someone's a dick or a bitch. I'm still gonna come at them with being a sweetheart, because that's how I am. Unless my kids are threatened, then it's on. Or I feel threatened personally, then it's on. Then they go to see a Scorpio come out, and it's not gonna be nice. But anywho, man. So with all that said, I really hope that you guys respect what I do even more now, because, oh man, the passion that I have for this business, this career, is impeccable. And, you know, I've been killing myself with it. And because I am dedicated, and I graduate so soon because I requested it. I asked them to double up my classes. So instead of graduating in January 2022, excuse me, I'll graduate in January 2021. And I'm so excited because my main focus obviously is going to be design for people and for my clients and the firm that I work for, but I'm going to take it up a notch, and I'm going to make video games, and I'm going to hire testers, and I've got the means to do this. I will have the means to do this. That's one thing about me, though, is like, even when I'm broke, I'm not broke. If that makes sense. And what I mean by that is, like, even when I'm financially fucked, excuse my language, but that's the truth, I'm not, because I'm rich at heart, because I got mad heart. Like, I've got, like, I don't know, like, I had some videos up, and I've had some thumbs down on them. I've had people jump on and tell me to kill myself. I've had people tell me how ugly I was. I've had people recently laugh at me, laugh about me. Is what I say. It hurts. Did I cry? Fuck yeah. Have I been since? Fuck yeah. But my 18-year-old daughter has helped me realize that it's their loss, and I'm never gonna get anything back, if that makes sense, like an explanation or I will never give up, because I believe that the people that try to act hard or try to act like they're a certain way are not really that way. I believe that they just haven't been around the right people to influence them in a positive way. I believe the people that they've been around have been assholes from day one and just don't give a fuck about how they live and just taught them all kinds of wrong things. And, I've been about that crazy life myself, but I learned a lot of shit along the way. And I learned that it's ethics, guys. Don't fuck people over. Excuse my language, but don't. Be nice at all times. Just kill them with kindness. And just be very, very nice. Just, of course, stand up for yourself. Don't get me wrong. If you're getting fucked over, please stand up for yourself, please. Don't let that shit ride. No. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, someone could fuck me over a million times, and I'm still gonna come back and be like, hey, do you need anything? Wanna know why? Because I'm not an asshole. And you only live once. And yeah, people are telling me that, oh, well, you're gonna be taken advantage of, blah, blah, blah. No. Not when I've offered it. So anyway, if you're here, please say something because I'm tired of talking. I actually had to redo that. See, I have like no forehead when I'm like this. Anyway, what the hell? Oh, I flipped it over. That's right. Anyway. Here we go. I basically had to redo that slide I don't know how many times, and now I've got to redo slide 5 because each one has to be 1.5 to 3 minutes long, and I'm like, seriously? Like, I spent so much time on that. You guys heard it. You guys heard how professional I sounded. Anyway, so tell me what's up. I know someone's on here because I can see it, I can feel it, I sense it, and when I sense shit, I'm usually right almost 100% of the time. Like all week, I was sensing something was wrong with a friend of mine. All week, I was fucking right. Don't know what's wrong just yet. I know a lot of what's wrong, but I don't know what's wrong fully just yet. And I probably never will know. But anyway, it's so weird. It's like, because I've been told by many people in my life that I'm a healer. I'm a problem solver. I already know I'm a problem solver. Like, if you got a fucking problem, come to me. My emails, my about, come to me. I'll solve it. But when it comes down to me, I get down a lot about that because I'll go, well, who's coming to save me? That's the only downfall about being too nice, is that who's coming to save you? I've got messages from people right now, right, but they're not saying what I want them to say. They're not, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like going in one ear and out the other and just making it worse on me. So I'm ignoring those messages as of right now. Just temporarily out of order. Lesson learned, but doesn't mean it's over. Because it's not. I don't know. But it's all about ethics too, with what I just experienced. You know, it's exactly about it. God, I look like I'm really drugged up, and I'm not. I'm just so exhausted. I look like shit ran over twice. I don't know why, but it's like when I go on my YouTube, it says that like the comments are off or some shit during the video. So, comment. Hold on. Okay, so if you can't comment on this during live, please comment on the video when I'm done here in a minute and let me know, because I don't know why it's turning comments off. I don't know why. Unless this is the problem. No. That ain't the problem. That was weird. Or I'm just highly tripping out because I'm so sleep deprived. And the thing is about me is, like, I'm one of the people that, like, when I know something's wrong and something's happened or whatever, I don't sleep until it's solved, because I don't feel right about it, or it bothers me that bad. I don't know. I've always been told I'm too nice, I'm too caring, I'm too pure of heart, you know. So, but I don't mind, you know, being nice to people. Like, the things that bother me is honesty. And, like, if you did something to me or to anybody, tell them why. Fucking, you owe them that shit. Don't leave them hanging, because they're hurting bad. Anyway, it's about to get loud, so my household is cray cray. Anyway, so I hope you guys learned a lot from me, because that was my work, and that was what I wrote. That's what I demoed for you guys, and I came off of the presentation and I told you more. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope you guys take it seriously, and I hope not to see any thumbs down on it, because this is something that I worked hard on and is very important, and that's the way it is in ethics.